Yeah, so, there's people that have conflicts, whether it's man-made or natural-made. That's the same thing with leashes. Same thing with fins. It's technology, it's advancement. So I don't know if you know Bobby Flay. So he's that Food Network, famous guy. So he called up my United Surfers Association. He goes, do you know any surfers that barbecue? So I said, we all do.
Okay, so Flip, I am looking forward to the this great marinade. How do you pronounce the ribs that you're making?
Colby.
Colby.
Yeah.
Only way to go.
바닷가에서 바비큐를 할 때는 이런 음식이 최고로 좋은 것 같습니다. 맛이 같이 느껴지는 것 같아요.
Let's get it on.
먹어볼까요?
When it comes to good food, you got it.
There's some of us that were, Korean Americans. Kyopo is half Koreans in Hawaii, like James Jones. He won the Duke contest twice. He's half Korean. He's the inventor of the pig dog stance. And so a lot of the surfers knew about kimchi and kalbi and those kinds of things. And so, others of us, like James Jones, Randall Kim, Stanley Park, we always were proud of being Korean. So in Hawaii, Korean culture and Korean people have been a big part of the surfing industry for a long time. So one of the other things that we did was created a museum at Pepperdine College. One of my ideas is maybe to write the history of surfing for Korean people, and even for Korean people that don't surf, through the history of surfboards. So these are the first surfboards, and some of you already know this, but these are the first. The main thing is going from wooden blanks, and then when they go into foam is the big changes. But the other thing too is the Christians stopped Hawaii from surfing. It was the sport of kings. It wasn't until 1907 about when Duke Hanamoto came and started making surfing popular again. And you can see the difference when they start laminating wood together. And these are coming from companies that build houses. And this is when they start changing to foam. And then this is when Simon Anderson came, and this is the real transition with the three fin. And that changed a lot about surfing. And when I first started surfing there was no leashes. And now I pretty much don't surf without a leash. But in the beginning, people that didn't like leashes would say leashes are for dogs. So now you see things change. Technology changes, and it's the same thing with the wave pool. And so when it comes to wave parks, my first team competition for wave park was in 1999. This technology just blows my mind. So this is what it was. It was just that stationary water. And one of the guys on our team tried to get air, and it was so shallow, he broke his arm. So now this is Arizona, Big Surf, Arizona. They started this in 1963. But that's the wave. And there's a lifeguard right in the middle of the wave pool.
그리고 파도가 저렇게 작았고.
So while I was doing the Margaritaville Women's Tour, we went to the worst wave parks in the world. That's what we were surfing in, this kind of junk. I broke my fin off coming in. It was all cement. When I walked out in here, and all of a sudden I felt the soft kind of. I was amazed. Again, this is unbelievable. They thought of everything. So here's, when my friends, like the manager of Becker Malibu, he goes to Waco, he goes to Kelly's, and when I showed him all this, he's dying to come in. Yeah, so, there's people that have conflicts, whether it's man-made or natural-made. That's the same thing with leashes. Same thing with fins. It's technology. It's advancement. Look at that. How can you not smile after getting tubed? I have a degree in hydrology and environmental engineering. My feeling is if we don't clean up the ocean, the only place you're going to be able to surf in the future is a wave pool. In Santa Monica Bay, where I surf, no more sea urchins, no more sea cucumbers. When you walk on the beach, there's hardly any seashells because of the acid. And then the ability to have 56 different wave modules. It's amazing. I'm only telling you what I think. Korea's future for surfing, Australia, they've got good natural waves. People on the whole continent. You have 55 million people alone in South Korea. With this wave pool and the young people that are surfing, this thing's going to blow up. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best trip I've been on because it's about surfing. I'm going to do my best to try to make this a united front, and yesterday afternoon we had a little meeting, and I think something's coming out of that meeting where there's going to be some of this support. So we're going to try this program and develop and push it. And I've got friends in Hawaii at Peahi at Jaws. We want to find a young Korean surfer to go there. You know, put him on the map, put Korea on the map. Sunset Beach, same thing. You know, it's going to be a select few people to start the program to see how it works. But we want to do everything we can to share. Nature versus machine, there's two different pathways, but the same thing is being stoked on surfing. And like you can see interviews with Tommy Carroll, one of the greatest surfers ever from Australia. And there's the advantages of consistent training. You know, just having, there's things that you do, it's a repetitive way, but you can get in your mind where you know you can practice a lot of different things. But you still have to surf in the ocean, especially if you want to compete. And for the, you know, the surfing community of teaching people, you know, there's quicker improvement on this kind of wave. Teaches, you know, I've taught surfing in Waikiki. This kind of wave teaches you to go across the wave instead of just keep going straight. So it just changes the whole time amount of learning. One of the things that I've been working on was the Olympics. You know, I'm old. We were the guys that initiated it. Now you're the guys that are going to be surfing in the Olympics. You know, even playing field. You know, so you can't get, like, next Olympics are Chopu. Somebody comes that doesn't have experience, they're going to get killed. And so, you know, with the wave park, with the 56 different modules, you know, there's anything but the giant wave. But, you know, I haven't seen the high Tibet, the tube ride. It's got to be pretty amazing here. Guys that fought and did drugs and drank. So if you become a surfing athlete, you have an obligation to yourself first,